some prep for our up and smoke, making some bacon next week. So what we got here is some very, very beautiful organic pork belly from our friends in San Francisco in the city, the Fatted Calf. I bought pork belly from Los Angeles up to San Francisco, and by far the Fatted Calf has provided me with the best pork belly. As you can see here, it's just got a really, really nice meat content, nice clean pork, organically raised, sustainable farming, totally humane, as much as it can be humane raising animals to eat. I got some Morden kosher coarse salt. I know that some people use the non-coarse. I actually like to use the coarse. And I got some brown sugar. So what I'm going to do here, you can see I've already started the mixture of the curing. So I've got some brown sugar. I'm just going to dump it in my bowl here. You know, people are saying, well, why is it using a measuring cup? You know, it's so inaccurate. You know what, let me tell you something. I've been cooking for almost 30 years. I can count how many times I've used a recipe on one hand. I don't say that to be egotistical. I just say I feel that for me, cooking is more of an art rather than an exact science. And I can also count the number of meals that I was not able to eat after I haven't used a recipe on one hand. And that's over 30 years. So it's going to just really, I look for it more by kind of just by look and feel, and that's how I cook. So right now I'm just kind of just mixing this up, the brown sugar and the salt, get a good kind of mixture of it, put a little bit more salt in, just so we have enough to cure the meat, but I also like the sugar content, that the brown sugar. It's a dark brown sugar, not a light brown sugar. You know, people also in their cure will add pepper and all types of, you know, I was in the shop the other day and this guy was trying to sell me, oh, make this maple bourbon syrup and put it on the bacon and then cure it for 7 days. For me, I just want a cure that's going to cure the meat. What I'm trying to get is bring out the natural flavor of the pork belly. And of course, what we also have here is our pink salt. Don't forget about that. Just provides some of the chemicals that you need when you go through the curing process, that you don't get bubonic plague or some kind of, not bubonic plague, but you'll edit that out, but some kind of bad germs on the meat that will create you to get sick. I don't know the science of that, I probably should, but so I'm just going to add that to my mixture here. And then what I'm going to do, so that's all nice and mixed up. You can see it here, right? I take one of my pork bellies. It's been washed, cut, so I don't do a long cut. I do a short cut here. That way you can get more bacon, I feel. I'll simply just go ahead. Let me just move this so you can see that here. I'm just simply going to coat the bacon on both sides with the brown sugar and salt and pink salt mixture. It's a little messy. Make sure you get a good coat on it. Looks something like this, right? This will be curing in my refrigerator for about 7 days. Next week we'll smoke. So here you go. We now have all the pork bellies. They've got a good coating of some brown sugar, coarse kosher salt, and some of the pink salt for the curing, or curing salt as they would call it. What I got now, there's different ways to do it. This is the way I do it, just convenient for me. It helps me save room in my, I can't hang them up to cure. I get a gallon Ziploc bag like this. I simply take the pork belly, put it in here like this. Make sure that, once again, that all the salt and sugar mixture is nicely coated on there. You can see I'm patting it down now because this will be its final resting place. Flip it over, take some more, go ahead and just make sure that every little section of that's going to be nice, going to draw the moisture out of the pork. And then when we go to smoke it, we'll rinse it off, but it'll add some nice flavor. I don't think it's too overpowering. You'll still get the pork belly bacon flavor which is a little sweetness, a little bit of salt, and that's what we're looking for. So we've walked you through the prep, the curing of the pork belly. What we have here now is our packages. They're nicely in Ziplocs. I do the Ziplocs. You can do different ways. You could put them into a Pyrex pan and let them cure that way. I like to do it this way. And then what I'm going to do is I've double bagged them so to prevent against any of the juices that's going to flow out when the juices come out. The moisture comes out so it doesn't get all dirty in my garage, in my refrigerator. That's happened before. It sucks. You got to hot water, soap, scrub out the refrigerator. So I just double bag them because you can already see right now some of that moisture coming out here. It's looking really, really nice. So what I did is double bag them. It also provides weight to the meat as well that allows it to cure. So right now we're just going to go down stairs to the refrigerator in the garage because I'm not allowed to keep it in the refrigerator upstairs in the kitchen. And down below here, we will simply stack them nice and secretly so nobody sees them. Nobody comes and steals them, right? No one's that's gonna happen. That's gonna be in here for about 7 days. Today's Saturday. Probably up in smoke, making some bacon. We'll go to fire next Saturday, maybe even possibly Sunday. But it's going to cure. And what I'll do is I'll come down here every night and flip the meat so different sides get the weight for the curing of the salt and the brown sugar. Close it up. And once again, now it's just a matter of trust. Every day flipping it over, and we'll go up in smoke next week. Thank you. All right, here we are, halftime of the Pittsburgh Steelers game against the 49ers. Day 1 complete. After a hard day's work, nothing like coming home and checking on your bacon or your cured pork bellies, not bacon yet. We'll see you tomorrow. Here we go. Day 4, this is where the persistence and the patience both pay off in the preparation of the pork belly for smoking and making some bacon. We'll see you tomorrow. Day 5, once again, we're gonna visit the curing pork belly. See you tomorrow. Nothing like a hard day's work. Come home, what are you gonna do? You're gonna flip your pork belly. So day 7, our meat's been curing, pork belly, sustainably raised, organic, hormone-free pork belly. I've got it in the bag. We've been flipping it religiously every day. So now I'm just going to remove it from the bag like this. And it is juicy. It is curing. It's nice. Look at that. So this is what it looks like with the cure for 7 days. Nice, gooey, covering. Right? So what I'm going to just do is just turn the water on. Just going to rinse all this off like this here. Rinse it off on the back side. And you can probably see right here, look at the color of this here. Really nice. And if you feel it, it's hard. When we first did this, it was like soft pork belly. Now it's got some nice hardness to it. We're just going to put it right here. We've rinsed it off. We're going to dry it off. And then I'm just going to put it with over here. And then we're going to put this in the refrigerator overnight. Tomorrow morning what we're going to do is take it out, just like we do when we smoke, get the meat to be room temperature. We'll stoke the fire, we'll get it going. Thank you very much. So we're going to do 2 types of bacon. We've got the brown sugar and salt cured bacon. We're going to do that just pure, clean. We'll see how that turns out. But we're going to do a little experiment with this bacon here. I've got some homemade honey from Sweet View Honey right here. This is a colleague of mine, Mr. Bill Sanderson, who is a biologist in the city. He raises them. This is locally sourced San Francisco Corona Heights honey. I got a little brown sugar. So what I'm simply going to do, and like I said, this is just an experiment here. I'm going to take a little bit of the honey. I'm just going to put it in just like that. Just to kind of get a nice kind of glaze on that. I don't want to use too much of it because, first of all, I really like this honey, and Bill only harvests this once in a while, you know, a few times a year. I had to trade my heirloom tomatoes for this jar. I think it was a good trade. Just a little bit. We'll just get a little bit going here. You know, I don't want to put the spoon back in because it's touched the pork. But this is just, like I said, just for fun. You know, part of the fun of smoking and cooking is experimentation. And so that's just all we're really doing. Ooh, whoa, careful there. That's all we're really doing. It's just experimenting on a new way to smoke bacon, new flavor. We'll see how it goes. We'll make sure remember which one it is. I got all this here. Bill, that is really good honey. Stay away. Okay. Got a little bit of brown sugar. And I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to sprinkle it on top with this. I don't know how this is going to turn out. Maybe it's too sweet, but you know, I think it's just going to be kind of fun. I'll give Bill some of this bacon for my next installment or next request for some honey. We'll do a honey brown sugar smoked bacon. I don't want to put too much on, but I'm just going to kind of rub it in there. Ooh, that looks good. That looks good. That looks really good. Look at that. Just enough to coat it. I'll get a nice flavor on it. We'll see how that is. A little honey flavored smoked bacon. Honey flavored brown sugar smoked. It could be just too sweet. I don't know. We'll see. So, as you remember from the first installment of Up in Smoke, the Labor Day barbecue, where we did some beautiful, beautiful ribs, we're now going to get the fire going. So, like I said prior, I like this Cowboy hardwood lump charcoal. I feel it burns clean, it burns evenly. I think that's important. I got my charcoal lighter fluid, but remember from the first one, this is a no-go. It doesn't happen. Don't use this. Very bad stuff. Instead, I like to use these Weber lighter cubes. They're really, really good. They get a good, really quick burn on the charcoal. So I put that in there like that. Go ahead and just put this down in the barbecue. Got my trusty lump coal barbecue starter. Just going to go ahead and put some flame to these little starter cubes, which are fabulous, by the way. Got this. Go ahead and just put this in. We'll wait probably about 15-20 minutes till the coals get nice and white. Good even heat. We'll come back out. We'll put the second layer pot in with water that keeps the fire cool. Then we'll put the pork belly on the bacon. We're going to be making some bacon. We got some cherry wood. We'll start off with a little mesquite to give it a good coating again. And then we'll finish it off with cherry wood for about 4 hours. We'll see you in about 20 minutes. Welcome back to Up in Smoke, making some bacon. So you saw that we did the fire starter. We got our nice coals here. We're just going to take this out. Use this. I got my gloves on, you see. Put that in there. So we got that going. So now you can see we got a nice, good, solid foundation for some coals. It's going to provide the heat. I got my little bucket of water over here to keep the smoke cool. We'll simply put this in now. keep the smoke nice cool. I got my bacon. Remember, we got the two types. I'm going to put the honey sugar glaze on the bottom because the fat's up. It'll get a good smoke. Put that in like this. We got that in. Sorry. A little hot. So we got that in. Then I got the second tray of pork belly. I got it fat side down because that fat's going to drip, and it's going to drip right onto that really good cured with brown sugar and honey. I'm going to put a lid on here. Nice on here. We're going to go ahead. You can see a little bit of belly here. I got some mesquite that I'm going to put in for the smoke, just to get that smoke going. Same as making some ribs. Get a good initial smoke. I don't want too much heat, because the idea is to smoke the meat as well as cook it. You want to be about 250 for about 4 hours. So I'm going to get that there. Wow, you can already see the smoke coming up. Put a couple pieces or one piece of cherry in there. Get that in the right position down there. Give that a close. Look at that smoke coming up. We're going to be stoking the fire, stoking the smoke for the next 4 hours. Then we'll pop it open and we'll have some good homemade bacon. Thank you. So you can see here, the smoker's died down a little bit. All we're going to do now is smoke the stoke again. We're just going to put some of the cherry wood in and get that smoke. If you can see in here, I don't know if you can, and you know, I'm using my bare hands. I don't really advise that, but because I've done this, I kind of can get the grasp really without burning myself. But we're just going to put some more of the wood in. This is the cherry wood now. And we're just going to let that smoke. And it'll get smoking again. You can already see the smoke coming out. So it's just, you know, it's just a patience thing, as we've talked about before, and it's just the consistency of stoking the smoke. Thank you. So in this segment of stoking the smoke, we have a nice fire going. We talked about patience and trust last time. This time we're just going to talk about fun. This is just a fun process. I know there's some really serious smokers out there, you know, and I know that people take this stuff really seriously. For some people, they go to championships, they go to competitions, they go to state fairs. I'm a backyard smoker. And so, you know, here with my son, we're just doing Up in the Smoke. It's all about fun. We've had a good father-son bonding time over the last 8 days, from buying the pork belly to curing the pork belly to preparing this fire to stoking the smoke. And that's what it's really all about. It's just fun. Remember that. So, here we are. Once again, the unveiling. The smoke's been going for about 4.5 hours. We're going to unveil. Here we go. Hello, pork belly. We got some beautiful bacon here. I'm just going to take out one. Just look at that color. Oh, look at that. That is perfect. So that's going to be sliced up to be some bacon. What we're actually going to do is we're going to let it cool down just a little bit. We're going to take it inside, and we're going to cut off the edges of it just a little bit, just for the flavor, the taste. That way you get some good smoked pork belly taste, you know, just kind of a teaser. My other son Alexander loves it. He's been asking about it. So you remember we did 2 layers. So what I'm going to do now is put my gloves on because the grill's a little hot, right? That's important. You don't want to get burned. I'm going to take that out. I'm just going to put that up for right there for right now. And remember that we had that second tray. And so we're just going to show you what that second tray looks like too. I mean, it is just spectacular. Remember, that was the honey brown sugar pork belly. We're going to let that cool off just a little bit. Oh my God. We're going to put this back. It's really not all that hot, actually. I didn't really need the gloves. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go inside. We get a couple trays. I'm going to take it off. So the time has come. You saw yesterday we took the meat off the smoker. We put it in the refrigerator so it can congeal overnight. It's an easy slice. I've started a little bit of the slicing process, but we're going to go and I'm going to walk you through the slicing process now. So let's go back down to the refrigerator. We're going to go get our bacon that I spent the night in the refrigerator. There it is. Look how gorgeous that looks. We got the two types. Remember, we have the special honey and sugar cured and also smoked with honey and brown sugar. And then we just have the regular. You can see the good color on them. So we're going to take it up here. Let me introduce you to my slicer. So most guys, they like, you know, stuff for their cars, golf clubs, you know, electronical toys. That's just not me. This is my Father's Day gift. I got the Chef's Choice 610 meat slicer for moments just like this. So let's start with that special honey and brown sugar smoked. So I got my safety slide here. I simply put that on like that. Line it up, put it on. Just adjust the nice even. And we're just going to slice. Stop it for a second. Stop. It's got the nice end cut. What I do is I take this on the side here, like you can see here. It's just a little rough. It's more cooked. I cut this into little pieces for like a carbonara. We made bacon pancakes. But so this isn't really what I use for bacon. I use this for other dishes. So what you see here is the 3 stages of bacon. We got the bacon slab in its whole. We have the sliced bacon and now some cooked bacon. I just tasted some. I think it's unbelievable. But then again, I spent 8 days doing this. So don't take my word for it. Let's take an expert's word. Bacon boy. So, I'd like you to taste this bacon and let me know what your advice is.
It's unbelievable.
Thank you.